even when it's good weather, they are complaining. Because, well, when it's good weather, then it's too hate. Dan het is warm hè? Het is, regen alsjeblieft, please rain. And if it is raining, oh gosh, again raining. Of snow, oh snow, I hate snow. And for me it was like, well, you know, it is just the weather. And I think life is a little bit more than that. But it was the first thing I was a little bit shocked. Why people are always complaining. How people say things, like they just answer to you what they think about without any hesitation, if they are polite or not. So like, can you do that? No, I can't.
Stop.
Yes, in the Brazilian way, you will never say I can't. You will say, well, you know, we have now also this situation, and after that we have that one. Perhaps if we have the time, we could arrange also to make time for your request. But at this moment, it's, you see, it's a little bit complicated. We never say, no, I can't. We just try to explain to you that it's not priority. When I am in the Netherlands, even when I have family here, it's very strange the meaning of family, or the meaning of friends. When you have friends in Brazil, you feel that people are warm. It doesn't matter if you are rich or poor, they are always laughing, enjoying life, and they are not complaining so much. And after I came to the Netherlands, I started to see that more and more, that life it's much more than my job, the salary I earn every month. Of course this is important, but it's also important to love a lot, and this is something that Brazilian people do a lot. Yes, yes. Well, you know, because family is so important in Latin America, in Brazil, it's strange to tell. If I visit some friends and they tell me, well, my parents are living in bejaardenhuis, and well, I go once in 2 months to visit. Well, for me it's a shock. First, they are your parents. Second, you don't feel ashamed to tell me I go there once in 2 months or once in a month. I mean, but it is for the Dutch people, it's so normal that they look to me like, what's the problem here? It's normal. In the Netherlands, everybody do like that if they have the opportunity to do like that. But in Brazil, your parents, your grandparents are going to live with you. So that's different. I think if I ask people, what is the most important value for the Netherlands, for the Dutch people, they will to tell the truth. And in Brazil, they will say no. It's not to tell the truth, because to tell the truth is here when you say, do you smoke? Yes, I do. If somebody is going to ask, if your grandpa or if your grandmother or your grandfather is going to ask you in Brazil, if you are young, I do not smoke or something like that, but if you are younger and they ask you, you are going to say in most of the cases, no, I don't. Not because you don't want to be to tell the truth to them, but a kind of respect. And this kind of respect you will not understand in the Netherlands, because in the Netherlands you have respect if you tell the truth. But there you have respect if you do not disappoint your grandpa and grandma. In Brazil, people, they work very hard, and even more than in the Netherlands. But it is strange to hear that if everybody thinks like, well, Brazilian people, they don't work so hard or something like that. And if you go there, you will see that you will have to start at 8 o'clock and you're going to work sometimes until 9, 10 in the evening.
What?
Yes, yes, precisely.
No.
Yes, yes, yes. If you go to São Paulo, prepare yourself. And if you say, well, listen, boss, I'm not going to do that, they say, okay, no problem, because you go, and I still have 10, 20 people waiting for me outside to give them the chance. So if you don't want, you can go out.
And you have to.
And that Dutch people, I think Dutch people work also very hard, but they organize the time very well. It means that if you start at 8 o'clock, okay, what I have to do first, what I have to do second, what I have to do third place, finish, finish, finish. If I have 2 hours for this, if I'm not finished, I have a problem. For the Brazilian one, we'll say 2 hours. Well, let's we eat, talk, and then we will find a solution.
Yeah.
It's very common to see people just to keep their mouths shut, because it doesn't work in Brazil like that.
Okay. So.
Still, this is a big issue. And
in Brazil.
yes, and I think in the Netherlands you can talk easily with your boss. In Brazil, you can talk with your boss. They will ask everything about your family. How are the children? Do you want to come this weekend to my house? We are going to make churrasco, barbecue. And please, we take your wife, your children, come to our swimming pool. It's very normal.
It's very normal.
It's normal.
Yeah?
Yes, but if you say no, I can't, it's not clever. Dutch people, they keep, business is business, and private time is private time.
Okay.
They don't bring that together, never.
And in Brazil, you have to bring it together.
You have to bring
or
it
you
together.
don't have a business.
Yes.
Okay.
I miss to see that they see how lucky they are, and that they have to enjoy that, and to take that with both hands. Because a lot of students, they still think that everything comes from heaven, and you don't need to work for that. Take it for granted. I mean, like you start one study now, and next year, well, if it doesn't work, I go to and try something else next year. If it doesn't work, I try some other thing. Why? You should to look for something. If you see, to fight for this. And in Brazil, you will see that they know how expensive life is and how difficult it is. So they are concentrated. We have to do this. Then you will see the difference also. They are more, they know more what they want to be. Something like that. You don't need to touch me, of course. And it's very important how you look in Brazil. It's very important, even for your job.
Okay.
Even for your job. If you want to have a good job, a good position, you need to look good.
Either man or woman.
Yes. Well, for the women, it's worse than for the men. Still a macho culture, and but it's very important. And in the Netherlands, I don't see that. It's more you need to be appropriated. The clothes has to be appropriate, but I don't see the Dutch women so preoccupied about, oh my gosh, how I'm looking. When I was studying Dutch, if we talk in Brazil, we use our hands. I teach and I use my hands and explain things. And I was asking my teacher something, like I'm doing now, and I asked her, please, can you explain that? And after 15 minutes, she said, Ingrid, something is very important for you to learn. Okay? I thought maybe she's going to tell me verbs or something like that. Your hands. See my hands? Yes. Keep them under your legs. Why? Because this make you are going with your hands everywhere, and my attention is going with your hands. It's like that.